welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. And the matchday noise at this place is truly special. The pride, the passion, it adds to a massive sense of occasion. As you can see, we've already started here. So Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
I would have to say the Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen. I think he's someone who can be a target man and a poacher all in one, Peter. I think he's very good with his back to goal, he has a lovely first touch, and at the same time he's got the pace to run behind defensive lines. And it's very difficult to see any weaknesses in his game, the complete package.
Yes, he'd be my pick too. It's going to be all about how they get the best out of him. They're back on the ball again. Bruno Guimaraes. Alvarez. Looks to clip it forward. Oh, that's clever. Well played. That has knocked down the danger. Gabriel is there to clear. Eze will not want to lose out here. And the shot! Osimhen is flagged offside. Here's Osimhen. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Rice. It is early, but the game hasn't yet sparked into life. He has found the way through. Shapes to shoot! Goal! Marseille! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
No other outcome there. That was bang in the corner, unstoppable.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now. Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Well, that's well spotted. That's a look and place it forward. Pedro Neto! Good hit, kept the keeper honest.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
He's got plenty of space out wide here, and it's hoisted clear. He gets big! Van der Ven with the clearance. Alvarez. Bruno Guimaraes has been cut short. Rodri. Bruno Guimaraes picks one through. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Griezmann. This might spell danger. Bruno Guimaraes. Alvarez. That's good vision. Rudiger cuts out the pass. And That's the end of that. It all started well enough. Van der Ven gets over and intercepts. Threads one in. That is a brilliant interception. Forwards and with intent. Rudiger. Looking tidy in possession here.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Well read, nice interception.
Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
That's a clever looking ball. That's a nicely measured pass. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Rodri. Gabriel. Passing nice and neat. Rice. And he's straight offside.
There will be 1 minute at a time.
Gently done. Yamal is onto it in a flash. The most accurate pass. There's the whistle for half-time. So the end of the first half, both teams have had their moments. There's been no shortage of talking points, but there has been just one goal, and that is the state of it at the break. 1-0.
Please drink responsibly.
It's impressive that Leeds rousing at half-time because in truth they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
Action is back on the way.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
That's a throw. Timber kept his eye on it, and he's there. Rodri, take back. He's looking to set free a runner. Lewandowski, it's one! They've scored! A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control.
Well, his movement is all based on fine margins, and the timing of his run then was ideal.
substitution on the field. Van de Ven.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Number 9.
Marseille are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Coming
Well,
on the
now's the
field.
time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but
Vinicius Junior.
I'd say go and grab a third.
Rafa Silva.
Now it's Lewandowski, Jamal. Marseille look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it. Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
He's going to be disappointed with that. Eze. So we've reached the hour mark. Eze is struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, super tackle. They were outnumbered and under the cosh. That had to be spot on, and it was.
Rafa Silva. Drill. Decent hit! Oh, not this time, but a lot of applause for the thought.
That definitely had the element of surprise to it. Clearly came in when no one was expecting it, and it was drilled.
Pedro Neto. He could be in here. Oh, great play. He's had a shot! And more, and more, and more. And surely that settles it. Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. It's a sharp little ball here. Vinicius Junior. Musiala. That's Eze. Olise. He's had a go! And now it's, oh, what has happened here? Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Well, the further he went, the more attention he attracted. There was just way too much pressure for him to get the shot away.
Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto is alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
Substitution in progress.
Marseille choosing to make the first change. It's good pressure, good intensity.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Llorente. Passes short and sharp. Great chance! Oh, that's a waste.
What a fabulous run. Okay, it didn't come off in the end, Peter, but that would surely spark some kind of response from those around him.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Floated through. Chow deals with that comfortably.
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
That's an excellent interception. Will we see? That's Eze. Musiala. Vinicius Junior. Cleared without complication. That could spell trouble.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
And he's on his way. Timber. Eze. Musiala. Chow with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Chow has been booked, just to confirm, for that earlier incident.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
Added minutes has been indicated.
Haaland. Oh, that's a key interception. Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Perfectly measured that. And he's managed to get free. Stood up well to him there. Now, can he find the finish? That's a decent clearance. And that is that. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times.
Anh phải chiếu đi chiếu lại đâu giới thiệu làm sao để nói rõ nhau ra tất cả thứ sâu xa trong lòng anh giật kia tiến lên hay lùi tiến lên hay lùi viết hết hay trời thật khó nghĩ tiến lên hay lùi tiến lên hay lùi viết hết thấy vui thì
Oh, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. Really is quite a sight to behold this. It feels like a big game, it looks like a big game. Mind you, they all do at this ground. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Passing is crisp and sharp. He's had it flicked. Osimhen! He's delivered all right!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looked hungry for more.
There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
No other outcome there. That was bang in the corner, unstoppable.
So, a breakthrough.
Oh no, what has happened here? Well, that's well seen too. Kubo tries to dink it in. Calhanoglu.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Pedro Neto. That's really well manoeuvred. Van de Ven did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Pedro Neto. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Nice sequence of passes, this. He's going to be disappointed with that. Pedro Neto. Ramani can get it clear. Stood up well to him there. Yamal. Well, it looked promising, but the final ball is just not quite right. Pedro Neto. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Marseille look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long...
Real chance! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Lewandowski has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Delightful ball. Picked up. It's Silva!
Rodri, they've got to make this nice and quick.
Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Now it's Rafa Silva. Griezmann looks to get on the end of this. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Rafa Silva. And that's put paid to a promising move. Shot could be on. And the shot!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Pedro Neto! Osimhen. And it's Calhanoglu. Nice interception, well timed. And he's there to belt it away. Rafa Silva. That's good vision. Played right into his path. Oh, look at the space. He's had a shot! No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Xiao promptly onto that, and that is that. He's found a way through. And he's cleared it out of harm's way.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Yamal. He can run onto that. Osimhen. chasing after it. Timber. Kubo. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Rudiger. Yamal. Pedro Neto. Great work on the overlap. Rafa Silva. Kubo. Chips it through. Courtois clears. Marseille are looking to... Half-time whistle goes. Well, a very decent watch up to now, but just the one goal so far. It has been competitive and combative throughout.
Just plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. Playing well, good energy. A little more composure up front, perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Leading 1-0 at the break.
Hãy cứ nói ra một lời rồi tính sau. Anh thề là trái tim nhớ thương mỗi em thôi. Anh thề là sẽ luôn ở bên nếu em không từ chối. Nói mấy câu hẹn thề ngọt chết môi. Ai còn tin những thứ xa xôi. Có lẽ phải tìm cách tỏ tình khác thôi. Em mà cuộc sống như đóa hoa nơi sớm nở mãi tan. Yêu là mọi thứ trên thế gian. Sống vui khi ngày tháng mình lo lắng. Cho nhau cây cần lá. Người cần tình yêu giữa ngân hà. Một lần hãy đi ngược.
And the second half gets underway.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Xiao kept his eye on it, and he's there. Rodri. Kubo. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. Gabriel. Mighty looking ball that. And that has left him in a heap. Kubo. Oh, joy this time. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Brilliantly cut out. Osimhen. Delicate ball, and it needs to be. Xiao. Still just a single goal between the sides. Now it's Osimhen. He's in plenty of space here. Shapes to shoot! Skips it away! 2 up now, and they are cruising.
Look, there just wasn't much of a gap to begin with, and to find it, I think it was a fine drive, and I don't think the keeper could have really planned for that. I think he's a bit unlucky in that instance.
Substitution on the field. Number 9.
So time for change. This one has been on the cards for a little while. So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Rudiger cuts out the pass.
The attendance for this match was
Puts the now into the second half.
71,898.
He's intervened well there. Eze. He welcomes it in. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
when there's no way through. Eze. Musiala. Just ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That's been intercepted. Musiala.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
It's gone out for a throw-in.
Substitution in progress.
Spread neatly. Eze. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Vinicius Junior. And they can counter here. And here's Haaland. Nice touch. That's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, super ball! Vinicius Junior! Cleared without complication. And they're back on the ball again. And here's Yamal. Musiala. So, what can they make of this? No, he's just misjudged that one. It's clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Looking here to chip it through. Oh, that was never going to make it. Oh, delicate chip through. Oh, there's the shot! And it's there! And the lead is 3! It is surely done! It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
A case now of complete control. That's a clever looking ball. This ended up in no man's land. Xiao, Yamal, Vinicius Junior. Great defending, strong and determined. That looks a cracking ball.
2 added minutes has been
Now looking to
indicated.
orchestrate a counter. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that will be the final act. So a real showpiece win. This lot were simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win.
Please
Reflections
join
on what
me.
you've